Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Odd Cave by GDC. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules, so in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have squares in the grid. Squares denote even digits, and circles denote odd digits. So we could put like a 2 here and a 6 here and a 1 and a 3, right? But we can't put a 4 here because 4 is not odd, and circles need to be odd. But in addition to that, there's a counting rule. That's similar to cave. So let's say this was a 4. Then that means combined in its row and column, it sees 4 even digits, including itself. So it counts itself. And then but odd digits block vision. So maybe it would see something like this. And then there'd be an odd digit here, 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 and here. Oops, that's too many. Maybe an odd digit there as well. So if we count in its row and column up until it hits in each direction an odd digit, you can see we have 4 evens. And so that's a 4. That's a counting. The odds work the same way. It's just it counts the number of odds it can see with even digits blocking. Cool. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. All right. I'm going to get started by coloring the squares blue and the circles orange for odd. Let's see. 2 might be difficult here. If we wanted this to be 2, we have to make all of these odd right away. And you know what happens is this ends up even for the box, and this also has to be a 2. So that doesn't work. They have to be different. So, oops. This, oh no, it would be 3 actually. No, it would be 2. Sorry. It would. If we want this to be 2, these are all odd. This is even, and this would be a 3, which doesn't work. So this can't be 2. This is 4 or 6, is I guess my conclusion. Can this be 2? If this was 2, then we have to surround it with odds like this. And then this certainly couldn't, this can't be 6, but it could be 4. It would just have to see all of the, I'd have to see all the evens in the row. Yeah, okay, that's fine. What about this one? So this one could see up to 3 evens in its row and 1 even in its column. So it can be 2 or 4, but it can't be 6. A 6 would require seeing all of the evens in its row and column. So it would have to be a complete chain. So 6 would be a complete chain of evens. So I think it would have to go like this for it to be 6. I'd have to do exactly that. All this would be even. I don't know if that works because the reason is there's 3 evens in the row, 3 evens in the column, and so wait, how can we actually can we see 6 at all? This is 5. Sorry, I was double counting itself. But yeah, like if this was 6 and this was 2 4 and 4 2, like the issue is that that's only 5, but there's no more evens to go in the row and column. Okay, so 6 is not possible. This has to be a 4 then. Oops, I think I did not do enough. Right, that has to be a 4. Because it couldn't be a 2, because then it would be done. These would all be odd. That makes this even. Sorry, these would all be odd, and that makes this even, and it would be a 3, if you recall. So it is 2, and that means it has to be done. That makes this even. Wait, didn't I say it couldn't be a 2? Yeah, it can't be a 2. It's a 4. Sorry. that was the reason it couldn't be a 2. So it's a 4. So it has to see at least 1 more even in its row. So one of these is even. So this is the last even in its row. So this has to be odd. And we said 6 wasn't possible. So this is a 2. Okay. And so it has to be done. Right. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting a little confused. 6 isn't one of these 2, and that does not finish the 4. So it's got to also see the 2. So the 2 has to be here. And then we can't block it with an odd, so that has to be 6. And so these are blue. So the rest of the row is odd. Okay, how about this guy then? 1, 3, or 5. 5 is possible, but it doesn't see this one. So if it can't be 5, it has to be 1 or 3. Oh, it can't be 1 because it already sees 2 of them. So it has to be 3. The reason it can't be 5 is it would have to see this odd, and it doesn't. 5 has to see all the odds in the row and the column. So it's a 3, and that makes this a 1-5 pair. So it needs to see one more odd, either here or here, and then you'd be done. I don't see a reason it couldn't be either of those. Can this be a 5? So far, yes. Oh, it can't. Sorry, we can't put 1 in any of them. This could be a 1. It could be surrounded by evens. That actually works. This can't be, though. It already sees an odd. So it has to see all of the odds in its row and column. So this has to be odd, so it's not interrupted, and then these are even. But we don't know if this is odd or this is odd, but we know these two are even. Okay, so this can't be 5 anymore. It's 1 or 3. It also doesn't see this odd, because there has to be an even in one of these two. There's only one odd left. So it doesn't see this odd, and it doesn't see this odd. That's 2 odds it doesn't see already. So if it wants to be 3, it needs to have an odd here and here. Can this be a 4? No, it can't be. Well, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so in order to be 4, it would have to have all of these be even, and that would be 4 evens in this row. So this is a 2, meaning one of these two is even. Exactly, and the other's odd. Huh. Is there more Sudoku to do, or... We know the 2's in one of these two, and the 2's in one of these. Okay, this, oh yeah, the 2 is here. Oops, 2 is here, this is a 4. This is 1, that makes this 3, okay. So it needs to see both of these. It can't see this one. So it has to see both of these. And then that fixes the 2. So this is 6. This is 5. These are all even. This has to be the 6 then. This is even as well for the box. I wonder how long that's been there. That's a 3. So this is a 2-4 pair. And this is a 3-6 pair. The 6 tells me the order. That's 3 and 6. So that's odd. Oop, odd and even. It's also 3 in the corner. We need 1 and 5. This is... Oh, so these are both odd, right? This is also 1, 5. And this is 1, 5. 3's in one of these two. This is 2 or 4. Oh, it's not a 2. So this is 4, 2, and 4. This is a 2-6 pair. We know the order. That's 6 and 2. And this is odd 1. Okay, that makes 5 and 1, 5 and 1. This is a 3 and 4. Okay, that 4 tells me that's 3, that's 4. That's odd, that's even. This is a 6, which is even. We should be able to finish these. So this is our 4. That's even. This is odd. We get the 1 and 3 here. It gives me 5 and 1. That's 5, and we're done. Cool puzzle, GDC. I enjoyed that. Yeah, it took some thinking. Yeah, you can't put a 6 in any of them, and you can't put a 1 in any of them, which was helpful. Took me a little bit longer than it should have to realize that, I think. But yeah, that was neat logic. Nice coloring puzzle. Cool. Let me know how you did. If you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.